Hello, everyone, and good evening to you. I welcome you to another video tutorial on the GBPUSD. And it's actually been a while since I did something on this pair. I think the last time I did something here was on I think this first week of this month, where we rode that bullish momentum from the 1.215 here, that was on the 7th of December, into the 1.24 area, which gave us over 200 pips. And since then, I didn't publish anything here, considering the consolidation phase I noticed around the 1.215. Now, going into the new week, the GPUS is going to be uh, one of the pairs I will be including in my watch list for this week, and this is simply because of a simple setup I was able to identify on the lower time frame. Before we go into the details there, let's quickly look at what we have here on the daily time frame. Let's see what setup we have from an holistic standpoint. So right here on the daily time frame, it is obvious that price action has been on a bearish momentum since the beginning of this year, and as a result of this, I had this bearish trend line figured out after connecting the series of lower highs. Now, in addition to the trend line, is a couple of structure which we shall be using to guide our trading activity for this week. And the first one is the 1.2400 level, and the second one is the 1.21500 area. And if you look at the structure critically, you will notice how this level has been a major determinant of price action, at least since the month of May of this year. This level has been holding selling pressure. Look at the 1.214 here. In the month of June, it was holding selling pressure here. And since the breakdown of that structure, price has continued to trade below that level. And when price came back into the structure last week here, we saw another bearish move which took price right down below that structure. And this bearish momentum led into a situation where we saw a final breakdown of the 1.21500 level. And at this point in time, with the breakdown of that structure, this called my attention, as I'm thinking that the sell momentum here might likely continue to the downside. Now, going into the new week, we want to be seeing how price action is going to be relating to the structure. And when I looked at my economic calendar, I saw that there is no macroeconomic event that will be driving price action for this week. So our decision will be based mainly on technical structures. So, with the current structure here, and considering the fact that we have a breakdown of the 1.215, I want us to scale down to the lower time frame where things become a little bit clearer. So right on the 4 hours time frame, I was able to identify a couple of setups, which I will show you in a moment. Hold on a second. All right. So here we are on the 4 hours time frame, and the first thing you would observe on the 4 hours time frame here is the fact that we have been witnessing a bullish momentum here since the later part of the month of September. As you can see here, we saw buy pressure resume here in the month of September this year. Then we saw here the first week of November, we saw another buy pressure. That was the second pivot low of the bullish trend line. And if you notice what happened here last week, it made this whole situation a little bit simpler for us to understand. So now price is back at the bullish trend line here after broken down the 1.215. So we are at a very critical point in the market right now, as the market currently has a tendency of either going bullish or bearish at this point. So to make our job easier this week, I have identified that 1.215 to be serving as a yardstick for trading activities. And in addition to the 1.21500 level is this bearish trend line. As you can see here, I was able to connect the series of lower highs here since on the 11th of December. We saw the first the pivot high there, though we had the breakout of the structure here on the 13th of December, but price action came back below that structure on the 15th of December here, and since then price has been trading below that trend line, which led to a final breakdown of the 1.215. So we have two parameters that we shall be using to guide our oh, it's three. we have three parameters that we shall be using to guide our trading activity. One is this bearish trend line for this week. Then the other one is the 1.215, which has been a major determinant of price action in the last month. And then we have this bullish trend line as well, where price action is at currently, as we can see, a consolidation phase right around that area. So going into the new week, I have two scenarios I want to be looking forward to. And one is the possibility that this bullish trend line will continue to hold buy pressure as it has been doing in the last couple of months to break out of the trend line, that bearish trend line, followed by buying pressure right above the structure, which also shares a confluence with the 1.215 to send another wave of bullish momentum to the upside. So that is one scenario we might want to be looking forward to. And if price continue to the upside here, we want to take note of how price action is going to relate to the 1.215 level, which also shares a confluence with that bearish trend line that we identified earlier. So if we continue to see selling pressure below the structure, we might have a situation where price might break down the bullish trend line, retest structure, sharing a confluence with the bearish trend line to incite another wave of bearish momentum. So, like you will agree with me with based on the current structure we have here, that we are at a critical point in this market right now, as this bullish trend line still has a tendency of holding bullish momentum, but we are going to be monitoring price action as soon as price gets into 1.215 level. If it breaks out that level, then this is a good confirmation that buy pressure above this area should give us an opportunity to join that decline. But if instead we start seeing selling pressure below the 1.215, which also shares a confluence with this bearish trend line, this could likely be an opportunity to sell. If this leads to the breakdown of that bullish trend line followed by selling pressure below the structure, we will be thinking of adding more position to our existing trade. Now, the other scenario is if price does not continue to the upside here, but instead we have a final breakdown of that bullish trend line, then that could be a good signal that sellers are still very strong in this market, as the breakdown of that bullish trend line has negated all buy opportunity. And if we are lucky enough, selling pressure resumes below this level, then we are good to sell the GBPUSD. At this point, I would like to pause the video here and be rest assured that I will be jumping in the comment section of this video to give you an update of what my expectations are at the beginning of the week after we have monitored how participants in this market will be relating to this current structure during the early hours of the week. I hope this video has been of immense help in making your personal decision on the GBP USD, and if it did, kindly support this project by clicking the like button. You would also want to follow me on my TradingView platform at Darksherry so that you don't miss out on the regular updates, daily commentaries I normally share at the comment section of all of my videos. You want to join me on Darksherry, that's DARCSHERRY, and I'll be glad you did. So I look forward to seeing you right in the comment section on Monday as we get prepared to take advantage of any trading opportunity the market is going to be presenting us during the early hours of tomorrow. So I wish you a wonderful evening and Merry Christmas once again. Bye bye.